Hello everyone and welcome back to He Makes Me Play. I am Marius and I'm blind. I can't see and so I make other people play video games. And today I'm here again with Vincent. Hello Vincent.
Hello Marius.
Yes, we are back in Wayhaven.
Yes.
We liked it so much we came back to Detective Kira Langford, world's greatest bald detective.
Yes.
We got to know her a little bit last time. Not much has happened yet. This is like murders in Wayhaven.
Yeah.
And
we have refused to look at the body
Yeah,
or
that's
the
right.
reason why they died or anything else.
We know literally nothing, but we had some free coffee at the donut shop. And we have many possible romantic interests. And I'm quite excited, Vincent. Let's go into it. What's happening?
So, it says, I wanted a career with defined rules and a structure in place. The police force seemed the best option for that. How was I to know the worst crimes I would have to deal with would be vandalism and graffiti? Well, there was the time Miles Evans knocked her tennis ball through Jake Marshall's window, but that was all an accident. Guess I'll have to dust off the book detailing the procedure for investigating murders.
Right. What was happening? We were on our way back to the station, is that right? And now our character is sort of navel-gazing.
I believe so. Yeah, we are currently in the car, I guess.
Thinking back and stuff, that makes sense.
Yeah, and we just got a call that we ignored from either the chief of police or something, or some other doctor that knew something about the dead body.
Did we? Anyway, let's just keep moving forward.
Yes. Guess I'll have to dust off the book detailing the procedure for investigating murder.
Yeah.
I grab up my goods, coming out of my thoughts. Thanks for this. With a graceful nod, I leave the shop and attempt to traverse my way over the cobblestone once again.
We were still in the shop. Okay.
Yeah. Right. I believe we have already read this, but I'm just about to sip my drink when my phone buzzes. Werder's name highlighted on the screen. With a sigh, I put down my things, start the engine, and make my way over a couple of blocks to the station.
Yeah. We're not ignoring it. We're like, hey, we'll do this in person.
Yeah.
In a moment. Okay.
Back at the station. Morning, Douglas. I call as I push open the heavy glass door, pleased to be back in the familiar setting of the station. It was once a factory, but the insides have been completely refurbished into a bright, modern work area. The walls are mostly made of large windows, and the workstations are efficient but open. The young officer, seated behind the grey Fox marble front desk of the station, scrambled to shove his cell phone into his pocket. Instead, he only manages to drop it on the floor. We both stare at the item as it spins on its back before slowing to a stop.
Wait, what was the item? I missed that.
His phone.
I see. Okay.
He
very phone-centric.
Scrambles to shove his cell phone into his pocket.
Also, Vincent, I want to bring, because of course I do, I want to bring something up. Have you seen the, I think, 90s, early 2000 crime drama TV show Nash Bridges?
No.
No? Okay. Then this is not interesting to you. Let me tell you about Nash Bridges.
Go on.
The only thing I want to bring up is that they have a police station in there, right? But it's like at a harbor, and it somehow burned itself into my mind as like a very modern looking police station with like an open floor plan design. Which is not how I usually imagine police stations, looking sort of like a cool startup. But it just stood out to me that I think this is the intention here, that this although it is a small town, this is not some kind of old grimy backwater police station. It's in an old factory, right? And they have an open floor plan. That's what it sounded like. Then it's sort of characterizing this department as modern is what it's the thing I'm building up towards here.
Yeah, it even says into a bright, modern work area. So you
I guess
got it.
Instead of this long tirade, we could have just actually listened to what you read out, but that's what you get here.
Yeah,
anyway.
No, it's important to highlight that because you're absolutely right. It could have been.
Go watch Nash Bridges, or maybe don't.
Yes, yeah.
So what else?
We both stare at the item as it spins on its back before slowing to a stop. Douglas shifts his wide-eyed gaze to me, both of us realizing work had been far from his mind while I'd been out.
Okay.
I thin my lips in thought, suddenly presented with how to deal with the mayor's son now that I'm in charge of the station.
Oh, is he the mayor's son?
And apparently we are in charge of the station.
Maybe we're just the highest ranking officer right now.
I guess, yeah.
I don't know enough about police hierarchy.
I would.
His name was Douglas, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Son of the mayor. I'm trying to get the relationship straight here. I feel that's going to be important.
Probably.
Okay.
Probably a problem we have to deal with repeatedly.
Yeah.
So, number 1. No one upsets the mayor, and I'm not foolish enough to do it either. Give Douglas back the phone.
Can we reprimand him?
Let's see. Number 2. Mayor's son or not, he still has to follow the rules. Take the phone. That seems excessive.
Are they not allowed to have phones?
No,
so
I think he
play Diamond Dash and stuff, or
I think that was what he was doing, even though he's supposed to do work.
Yeah, okay. It's just I feel like police officers sort of need a phone, right?
Yeah, also, like, this is not like 5th grade. You can't just take people's phones.
I mean, yeah, maybe in Wayhaven you can.
No, you can't.
Look, in our department, we are running this show, okay? What are there other options?
Yes. Number 3, I'm not going to parent the kid. That's the mayor's job. Let him have the phone. Or the last option, number 4, I need to be able to rely on my own people not to be distracted at work. Hold onto the phone.
Nah, I don't want to keep this guy's phone, but also I don't want to give him an easy time just because he's the mayor's son. But like that's why I like number 3. Yeah,
I'm not going to parent the kid.
Yeah,
that's
a different intention.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep, I like it.
Let's take it.
I let out a long, drawn-out breath and begin moving towards the pathologist's lab. I watch his long bangs flick into his eyes as he watches me for a moment, the light blonde hair almost lost against his pale skin.
Is this a romantic interest as well? Maybe it's just normal for all the appearances to be very, very descriptive.
I mean, I think this is a sort of romance novel, so you're not wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just my obsession, I guess. Predicting who is a romance option and who is not.
Everyone is a romance option.
No, I don't. No, that's not true. It's because the doctor last time, who delivered us as a baby, do you remember? He was not a romance option.
And from the first day we met him. That's a hot doctor.
Anyway, now all I see in my head are this guy's beautiful bangs that are hanging in his face. Probably has like a surfer physique.
Yeah.
And like, yeah. I'm glad we went with, we swing both ways, Vincent.
We call out, pick up the phone, kid. I call as I pass, hearing Douglas' pleased reply, then his footsteps as he scrambles to retrieve the object.
All right.
Hearing Douglas' pleased reply? Is he pleased that we say that?
It's a pleased reply. Oh, I guess he's pleased that he's not getting his phone taken away.
I think what they mean here is that it's like a positive reply. Like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Something like that.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
It's a weird way to put that, but sure. Next. As I push open the doors to the staircase that leads down to the basement lab, I wonder if how I dealt with Douglas was the right move.
Don't hang on to the past. Let it go.
Let
it go, Kira.
Also, don't describe where you are that detailed, but okay. The all-powerful Mayor Friedman doesn't like any insult to his name, so Douglas must be a real disappointment. Still, Douglas is kind enough, just young and not great at actually remembering to focus on his work.
Okay.
I shake the thought away as the chill of the basement sinks into my skin. My gaze flashes over the "no food or drink" sign nailed to the wall just a few feet from the lab.
This department has a lot of rules. But I guess it's a lab, right? Okay, that's a good thing to remember.
Also, there are, I think, dead people here, so maybe...
I guess this is the morgue, right under the offices.
Yeah, so as I push open the doors to the staircase that leads down to the basement lab.
Yeah. Our lab
Probably.
could be lots of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Could be a forensics lab. Let's see.
So I think my gaze flashes over the "no food or drink" sign nailed to the wall just a few feet from the lab, and I grab my drink.
Oh, right.
And we can either throw it away or keep hold of it. It's a free coffee, Marius. What do we do?
This is so interesting. Oh, I don't know.
This will say a lot of
Vincent, I kind of want to keep it. Because I think that's like what this, this is a small town. We make our own rules. Like we deal with stuff in our own way. Okay.
Interesting. Despite the fact that we just said that we want order and structure
we
in
didn't,
our life.
Did we?
Yeah, we did that.
When? What?
That was...
You mean before we started recording?
That was the first line I read, Marius.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I have a short attention span, Vincent.
No, I remember last time we had the option to say why we are a police officer, and our answer was because we wanted structure in our life.
Oh, that's true, yeah. Okay, but I sort of... It's not really what I mean. I just mean out here, you don't play by the rules, but boy, do we get results here in Wayhaven.
That's fine with me. I just wanted to clarify
Keep the coffee, Vincent. We also need the dopamine for a hard day ahead of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
I keep walking past the sign, clutching my drink tighter.
Yeah.
The warmth of it seeps into my fingers, and I'm glad I chose a warm beverage before visiting the chill lab. I bump the heavy door open with one hip, pacing into the clean room behind. White tiled walls shine all around. The shimmering silver machines dotted about the edges of the room are not very welcome.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you work down here, I say, spying Werder sitting at his metal desk to the one corner. The slender, short man isn't even wearing gloves, just a suit and a simple white medical coat. He turns and gives a grin, the expression making his dark brown eyes shimmer even in the dull electric light. This is the first time I've really had to work, he says, running a hand over his styled brunette hair that he always has highlighted. The color complements his light brown skin.
Okay, now I'm thinking this is just normal for this book.
Everyone is
especially the hair. Like
I
have a very good picture of everyone's hair, and it's almost ironic that of all these great hair people, we don't have any. We're the one person.
That is true. That is why everybody with hair is a romantic interest. You have hair
you
for
always
both
want
of us,
what
baby.
you lack. You want that in other people, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Did this guy call us? Was it him? I already forgot.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was his name?
Oh, this is going to be good. We're finally going to learn something about the actual murder, Vincent.
Werder. That was his name.
Werder.
Yes.
Okay.
Where was I? Running a hand over his styled brunette hair that he always has highlighted, the color complementing his light brown skin.
Okay.
Mostly I just deal with the overflow of natural deaths Dr. Turner can't manage. He stands from his chair and moves closer, his gaze shifting to the drink in my hands.
Ah.
You know, you're not supposed to have that in here.
Oh, are you making the rules now, huh? Is that what happened? Did I not get the memo where they said that you're the detective and I'm the lab technician?
Calm down, Marius.
Oh, come on, I want to be an arrogant prick to this guy. No, I don't really. What can we do, Vincent?
I arch a brow, my own focus moving to the steaming mug of coffee on his desk.
Oh, he has one too? Oh, that's rich. Oh, come on. Yeah, but now it's an in-joke, maybe. Then it's fine. And yeah, see, this is how...
You were right. We are making our own rule.
Yeah, we've got our little unit here, you know? Okay, what do we do?
I arch a brow, my focus moving to the steaming mug of coffee on his desk. And neither are you. He smiles, the expression bright and full of cheer. I snap out of my thoughts, our attention back on the white sheet on the table.
Uh-huh.
The woman's head and shoulders are the only things visible. You haven't started the autopsy yet? He shakes his head. No, but... He purses his lips, a shadow of a goatee framing them. I found something you might need.
Uh-huh.
He spins around, lifting an evidence bag off the nearby counter.
A wig. No. Sorry.
You can't do that.
Sorry.
What?
Look, I would totally reprimand him if he did that, son of the mayor or not, okay?
He isn't even the son of a mayor. He's another guy.
Maybe we look... I thought about this. There are people who can pull it off. Skin from Skunk and Nancy, I thought, always looked really good bald.
Okay,
Do you
sure.
know her?
No.
Okay, I guess I'm a child of the 90s. 'Cause nobody... Leave a comment if you know Skunk and Nancy.
Yeah, you were born in the 90s.
Anyway, what is it that he's getting from the evidence thing?
Lifting an evidence bag off the nearby counter. Inside is a cell phone. They couldn't find this on her at the scene, I say, taking the bag and looking over it. It was in her boot.
Ah.
We both stare down at the woman, her skin now a grey-white, her lips so pale they seem to have sunken back and disappeared. And we can say, number one, we really need to find her identity so we can inform her family. Number two, we really need to find her identity so I can find the killer. Number three, I hope the rest of the people in Wayhaven are safe. Or number four, if I can solve this, my career will be off to a good start.
Ah, so what do we care about, Vincent?
Do we want to find the killer? Or make the
I
people
feel like
safe?
number three is
Or-
kind of a non sequitur, right? What is the connection there? Why would you say that in this moment?
Well, because we look at a murder victim and we say, I hope the others are safe.
Yeah, okay. Thanks. That makes sense, kind of. But I do want to sort of, I don't know. One or two is better, I feel like.
I like
Do
one
you
or
have a
two
preference?
because honestly, so far, every time we've talked to a doctor, nothing has come out of it. Like, apparently,
Yeah.
the most important thing in the room are our coffee cups. And he
I-
just told us that he doesn't know anything.
Yeah, I think I do care about the family, but I also really want to find the killer. Let's find the killer.
We really need
That's
to
our
find
job.
her identity so I can find the killer.
Yeah.
Yes, I like it. We really need to find her identity, I say, my expression tightening at the thought. I need to get a start on finding the killer. I'm sure you'll do fine, detective, Werder replies, his shoulders sagging slightly. I frown a little at his less than enthusiastic reply.
Okay.
There's not much I can tell you at the moment, Werder continues, though I did notice bruises around her wrists and ankles. She was tied down? I ask, the thought making my chest tight. So it would seem. His voice trails off in obvious sympathy for the poor woman. My hand tightens around the cell phone, and I bring it up to turn it on through the evidence bag.
Okay, is it just me or are these people being weirdly coy? Like, there's some basic questions I still have not answered. Like, what is the cause of death?
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, I feel like this is just how this town works. Like, they're just too awkward to talk about that stuff.
Yeah, I think the answer to the choice of the
Cause
of death is that it's not clear.
Okay,
But-
I would take that, but somehow it's never come up.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like, just say so once.
Yeah, and that would be interesting, actually. Yeah, she's dead, clearly, but we just don't know how or why, detective.
Yeah. Instead, every doctor we talk to just doesn't talk about it.
Talks about coffee.
Yeah.
Or like, I guess he gave us the phone. So let's focus on that. Let's focus on what he actually gave us.
Well, he did give us a phone, and apparently she was tied down.
Yeah, that is something. Okay.
My hand tightens around the cell phone. The phone flashes to life, and I give a sigh of relief to find it's not
All right.
pin protected.
Oh, that's good.
Flickering through the cell lock, there are the usual names: home, work, but then only a very few other numbers. The texts are pretty standard too, though. Again, very few of them.
Mm-hmm.
She obviously didn't get out much,
She was a bit of a loner here.
Werder says as he glances over the phone too. And we can say, number one, I can sympathize. I don't exactly get much of a social life in this job.
Mm.
Number two, poor girl. She might have been less of a target if she hadn't been so isolated.
Mm.
Number three, I can't blame her. Being that sociable is overrated. And number four, it's strange to think there are some who wouldn't want to go out more and know people.
Mm. I feel like number one.
Mm-hmm. We don't
Kira
have
is very work focused, I feel.
Yes, we need structure. The club life has no structure. I can sympathize, I say, continuing to look through the phone. It's not exactly easy balancing this job and the social life. It can be done, Dwyer replies with a chuckle, but it's hard work. Why am I
Right.
not surprised you managed to find time to get out and about? I throw him a grin. He shrugs, then moves back towards his deck. Life can't be all work, detective. The conversation is halted as I go through the photos on her phone. A few catch my attention. Something wrong? Verda asks. No, it's just... I stare at the pictures closer. They are blurred, as though taken in motion. But the stained walls and cracked metal beams are familiar. I recognize where these pictures were taken, and they seem to be the last photos she took.
What's the timestamp? Also,
No
I like
idea.
this Werder guy. He's got like a nice dynamic with them. Sort of friendly,
Mm-hmm.
sort of joking,
Yeah.
jovial. It's nice.
Also, I just like the name Verda.
Can you spell that for me?
Verda.
Oh yeah, that's nice. It was different in my mind, and I like it better the way it actually is.
How was it different in your mind?
Okay, since you asked,
Yes, I asked.
there is a place near where I live, which is called Werder, which you also know. And I was thinking of that place,
yeah, no,
which is a
that's-
horrible place. You know exactly what I'm going to say. Because there's a train that goes to the place where I actually live. And if you miss that stop, you will end up in Werder and you will be stuck there. And it's horrible
yeah.
because nobody wants to go to Werder.
Yeah, it's like a train station where you first thought is, why is there a train station here?
Yeah,
There's
it's like,
nothing
you know, if you look at the dictionary and like they have the phrase in there, the end of the line, it has a picture of Werder.
Yes.
Right? And I'm so glad this guy is not named after that town.
No, it's
Yeah.
it's a V, like in Vampire.
Yeah, something like exactly. Yeah, yeah. It's because it's a mystery story. Maybe he's the killer. Who knows? Oh,
Maybe.
I don't want to spoil. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm
Also,
too good at solving these, Vincent.
by the way, I like that he's like very casual about his social life and work balance. After we just found out that he basically has no work. Right?
Yeah,
He just told us,
well-
hey, this is the first case I've ever gotten here.
Well, maybe there's other stuff to do in this town. I don't
sure.
know. Like maybe
But-
I don't know.
I guess there's nothing pressing that he has to do.
No, nothing as dramatic as this. I'm sure.
So,
Anyway, I'm interested in these blurred photos.
yeah. I recognize where these pictures were taken, and they seem to be the last photos she took. You think she managed to capture where she was murdered? Possibly, I reply, shutting off the phone and frowning. Looks like it's from the old Ferris warehouse at the edge of town. Tina and I had quite a few patrols up there. It's falling to pieces, but the teenagers still insist on risking their necks by going on it.
Okay.
Going in it.
That was not the place where we found the body, right?
No, I thought that too because of the painted wall and all that. But
Yeah.
no.
What was the place where we found her?
Some alleyway. I don't think we know
Oh, okay.
more than that.
All right.
You think she managed to capture where she was murdered? Possibly, I reply, shutting off the phone and frowning. Looks like it's from the old ferret. Oh, I just read that. Never mind.
It's okay.
But the teenagers still insisted on risking their necks by going in it. To be youthful once more, Varda says, to which I can't help but laugh.
How old is this guy? I didn't catch that.
79, I don't know.
Yeah, I literally don't know now. Okay.
Will you go over to the warehouse now? I will, after I've done some paperwork, I reply, moving to the doorway and glancing back.
Hey,
back
hold
at her.
on, Detective Langford. You got that phone. Don't you want to call her family or something? Like,
Guess not.
maybe that only happens if you select that option. I really wonder now. Because that does it. I mean, it would help to clarify the identity, and that will be helpful in finding the killer as well. So I feel like that will be the move here, clearly. Don't you agree?
You think that acting on evidence or asking interesting questions or finding out anything
I see your
about
point.
this
Yeah,
murder
okay.
victim
Let's
is
just go to the
important?
abandoned warehouse.
I don't see your point at all. Like,
No, yeah, you're
no,
right.
no, let's just follow the pictures that we think we can recognize vaguely because they are blurry and they might be some warehouse at the edge of town that
Yeah.
honestly might be a completely different warehouse.
It's like, we don't know who she is. We don't know how she died. And she had like 2 kilos of cocaine in her boots, but there were some blurry pictures of a warehouse. So
Let's
that's where
go!
we went first. Because, the teenagers go there sometimes.
Yeah, and it's dangerous. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Yeah.
I'm a detective now. I can do what I want.
Yeah, I can drink coffee anywhere I want.
Yeah. I got it free. I'm not giving it back.
Yeah. So let's go there. Or what's the choice here?
I will, after I've done some paperwork. I
Yeah,
reply,
okay.
moving to the doorway and glancing back at him.
Not that we're being irresponsible or anything. We will write down
Mm-hmm.
what we are doing.
And he asks us, alone?
Mm.
Like we are doing paperwork alone?
No, going to
I
the
know
warehouse.
that he's talking about the warehouse. But
Yeah, you know, so don't pretend, Vincent.
just, I don't know, I like the question. I've got my radio if I need backup, but I'm pretty sure Tina checked it out already the other day. I can't imagine some deranged murderer is still hanging about in there. He frowns in concern. Be careful, detective.
Yeah, people are getting killed in Wayhaven.
Oh, here we go. Number 1. You worried about me, Werder? That's the start of the romantic option with Werder, I think.
I don't think so.
We can also say number 2. I am the model of careful. Number 3.
Okay,
Thanks for your concern, but I'll be fine.
that's
Number
the
4.
way to go.
It's my job to do these things, safe or not.
Number 3.
Yeah.
This feels right.
Thanks for your concern, Werder, but I'll be fine. I reply with a genuine smile. I hope so, he says. Don't like the idea of you wandering about the place like that alone. I can handle it. I give him a final nod of farewell before leaving the room, feeling much better than I have since finding out about the murder.
Yeah, I can see how Werder cheers you up.
Mm-hmm.
He's a nice energy about him.
That evening, after a century of neglect, I'm impressed to find the paint declaring Ferris and Sons still clinging to the brick of the large rectangular warehouse in some kind of defiance towards time.
Okay, we fast forwarded. We're now with Kira at this warehouse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The
Good.
roof isn't putting up as much of a fight. The metal corrugated tiles are peeling away, some already fallen, lie discarded on the swath of concrete spreading out from the building like a dull grey moat. The warehouse is hidden from view of the town by the forest, and is far enough out on the edge that no one really pays it much attention. Out of sight, out of mind is a motto that suits Wayhaven quite well in general. There is still enough of a trail through the trees for me to drive my car up to the building, though I find my teeth clackering together more than once over the uneven dirt track. I'm thankful to pull up onto the concrete.
This is creepy, Vincent.
Yeah,
It does feel like it would be completely reasonable to take Tina along.
at least.
Or anyone.
Yeah.
Or just a dog or
Also,
something.
why are we choosing to do this in the dark or the evening?
Almost because it's more spooky that way, I feel like.
Yeah, we're setting ourselves up for an ambush. I don't know why.
No, I mean,
but
I guess this is when we have to get it done. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm on board. Let's do this.
Where was I? The cracks are easier to deal with than the tree roots. Cranking on the handbrake, I lean over my passenger seat, ignoring the piles of crumpled paperwork, until my hands find the slim handle of my flashlight. It's a weighty piece of equipment, but its light slices through the gloom easily as I step out of the car. I glance over the shadowed scene of the abandoned warehouse, the moon beginning to rise behind it. The silence from the surrounding trees only make the squeak of the metal doors echo louder. I can't help my mind running to who or what I might find inside, and whether it might be dangerous.
Yeah.
And we can say, I have good combat skills, so I can deal with whatever is ahead.
Sounds like what we want to say here.
Number 2, I have good combat skills, but I'd rather not use them. Number 3, I have decent combat skills. I hope it's enough to deal with whatever might be ahead. Number 4, I have decent combat skills, but I'd rather not use them. Number 5, combat isn't my speciality. I'm much better at talking people down. Number 6, combat isn't my speciality. I much prefer to stick to the investigative side of things. And the last option, I'm much more science-minded than combat-oriented.
Okay, you kind of choose stats here, and the game gives you the choice. Like, how good are you at combat versus something else? right? It's always this sort of binary opposition. I don't know about you, Vincent. I'm not too keen on the combat system in the Choose Your Own Adventure novel. So I think I want to be a good investigator. It also just feels like it fits this character that we've been building to say, I'm decent at combat, but I'm better at investigating. Or was it bad at combat?
Combat isn't my speciality.
There you go.
I much prefer to stick to the investigative side of things.
Yeah, I think I want that one. Do you agree, or do you have a preference?
I liked.
Yeah, okay, let's go for it.
Also, it feels weird that we are suddenly a super soldier, even though we've been like collecting tickets for the last years.
Maybe she grew up and her dad was already a policeman and he taught her how to shoot at a young age and she goes hunting every year and stuff. I could see it, but I don't want to play that way. It's more exciting if we're sort of helpless. It's more of a horror experience then.
Yeah. Also much more in line with us going out here alone for no reason at all, because apparently we're not very good.
It just describes the situation since we've been such a killer investigator so far.
True, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We have nailed all that part. So combat is my specialty.
All right.
I can mostly handle myself, but getting into a fight wouldn't be to my advantage. I'm hoping I find no one and can just search for evidence instead.
Yes.
That's much more suitable for me. The whole uncertainty of the situation makes me anxious. My hand travels to the gun and pepper spray on my belt, though the gesture doesn't help to settle my nerves as much as I'd hoped. I can't tell if it's the chill night air or worry that makes me suddenly shiver, but I do my best to brush the feeling away. I press onwards into the warehouse, hoping to get this over with as quickly as possible.
All right. I'm actually really on board with this. I really want to know what happens, though, because it's been set up pretty effectively in my mind. Because there's a lot of questions here, and there's been lots of foreshadowing of like...
But do you think this random warehouse will have any answers?
Absolutely. That would be very disappointing if it doesn't. But if it's just, it just has teenagers, okay.
Yeah, if this were a realistic story, I would expect this warehouse to have no answers at all. But
who cares about realistic stories?
I hope it does. I really hope it does, because we need some. So
she had these pictures on that were blurry. She was here apparently, but the question is why and what did she see and
was she murdered here?
Yeah, and then maybe just dumped in the alley. It's all possible. These are questions we want answered here.
Yeah,
and it's all very mysterious. So let's do it.
If we are very lucky or unlucky, the murderer might still be here.
Yeah, I'm sort of expecting that this is where the weird stuff will be revealed, but only we will have seen it.
Inside the warehouse. Inside, I sweep my flashlight across the interior of the warehouse, the beam of light flashing through the murky darkness. It definitely seems empty, though I'm not sure if that is a relief or more of a concern. My shoes hit the dirt-caked floor, and I glance down. The tiles must have been rather beautiful at one point. Hints of yellow and red jut out between the dried mud, dust, and plants as my shoes scuff against them. Graffiti lines most of the crumbling walls. All of it spray-painted with perfect spelling and grammar.
Wayhaven teenagers, apparently, they don't skip on school.
God forbid one of the rebellious rich kids' parents find out they had spelled "this place stinks" incorrectly. I roll my eyes at the mild language and tidy handwriting before wondering where to start. So...
yeah, neat graffiti is sort of a really lame thing. I agree with her.
Yeah.
I like this very nuanced take on
I don't know
graffiti.
about you, but suddenly I find myself a lot less worried about this warehouse, because...
That's true. It did take me out of the scared mood, but maybe now the gut punch is coming, Vincent.
Possibly, yeah. But also apparently the most dangerous and rebellious people in Wayhaven are rich kids.
Silver spoons.
Yeah. Who write perfect graffiti.
That's why this murder doesn't fit. That's what's so strange.
Well, let's go look for a vampire.
Yeah.
We can check out the ground level, check out the top level, check around outside.
Okay, I feel like we should have done that already to check
Too
outside,
late.
Right?
We are already in.
No, check outside.
Okay.
Let's make sure nobody's behind us,
That is a good call, yes. We should have done that. Knowing it's probably better to check that no one is going to sneak up on me
There you go, yes.
from outside,
Mm-hmm.
I head back through the doors to the concrete lot and trees. It is a little lighter out here with both the glow of moonlight and my flashlight, but I still keep my steps steady over the cracks and grass. Didn't she come in a car? Wouldn't it be reasonable to
put the car lights on?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyway.
But maybe it's too far away. Who knows? It's fine.
It's our first day on the job as a detective. So, starting a perimeter along the outside walls of the building, I keep my gaze flickering over anything strange or unusual.
Mm-hmm.
By the time I'm nearly back at the front of the warehouse, I realize there's no one but me around.
Okay.
And nothing out of place about the building's exterior. I move back inside, pushing open the squeaking metal door. My focus flashes up at the shadowy movement across my path.
Good thing we did this.
Yeah.
So what's next?
We can ask, who are you? Identify yourself.
Oh, hold on. That shadowy movement, that's an actual thing?
Apparently.
Okay, I didn't catch that. I thought it was just like, branches moving or whatever.
Yeah. My focus flashes up at a shadowy movement across my path.
Holy cats.
Who knows? Maybe they are cats.
Oh, yeah. Not what I meant, but yeah.
So we can either say, who are you? Identify yourself. I'm with the police.
What do you mean I'm with the police? I am the police.
I am
the law.
It had to be said.
Yes.
This is why we took the job as a police officer. We can also head further inside in silence and ready myself.
Wow, just ignore it? Okay.
Or, ready ourselves for whatever is like sort of laying a trap.
It feels too quick, though, to assume that it's hostile.
Yeah. We can also look for the figure in the darkness before entering further.
Yeah, that one. Or do we announce ourselves? I mean,
we are a police officer.
Yeah, I would say make that clear.
Every police game I ever played had a button for saying, I am the police.
That's right. Yeah, we have to do that.
You're
it's probably like there's a procedure that says we have to do that.
Yeah.
Go on. Read the Miranda rights to this creature. Mm-hmm. That's a thing, right?
I stiffen in place at the doorway, my hand gripping the flashlight tighter. Who are you? Identify yourself, I call into the gloom. No response. I'm with the police. Still nothing. And I can no longer see if anyone had been there at all.
Oh, okay. It's just a jump scare. It's just a jump scare.
A sudden flurry of movement sounds from behind me, and my heart leaps into my throat.
Okay, Vincent, we have to stop. That's too exciting. I can't. Just joking. But it is exciting. What's going on?
Take a little break and lay down.
Yeah.
My instincts take over and I, number one, unholster my gun.
It's number behind us, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Even though we just checked behind us.
Well,
okay. Well, we checked outside.
Yeah.
We unholster my gun. We can also make for cover. Number 3, face the noise with hands raised. Or freeze on the spot.
I love how it gives you the option to just be very afraid.
Yeah.
Though I guess the freeze response exists because sometimes it is the right move against predators. Mm-hmm. I don't know if this is the case here, Vincent. So what do you feel? We've established we are not good at combat, so I feel going for the gun or like martial arts moves is not the way to go here. I want to either freeze or go for cover. And of those two...
So face the noise with hands raised is...
That's like fighting, right?
Either,
in my mind.
Either that or showing that we have no weapon.
Oh, like, okay. See, good thing we talk about this.
Could be either, right?
But that seems like... No, that seems
you wouldn't do that unprompted, probably, right?
And it's like... it seems sort of weak, right? We're still a police officer, detective.
But we are apparently a very weak...
Yeah, but that's too weak. She still said she can handle herself, and I believe it. But it's like we have to be tactical about it. Go for cover, Vincent.
That's okay, let's go for cover.
Yeah.
Because we are afraid of cats.
Well, who knows?
Holding my breath, I dash forwards, skidding to a stumbled, crouching halt behind some broken factory equipment. The sound echoes again. I look up and find it's just the flurry of pigeons flying from the
Oh
rafters.
God, man, I regret that I didn't say it because earlier I was gonna say, oh, they have to have like birds just going up now. In a movie, that's what would happen.
Absolutely.
And now it did happen, and here we go. And I'm glad no one saw us because this whole spiel we did there with like going around, turning around, seeking cover against some pigeons would have looked very embarrassing.
True. Probably.
Shouting at the pigeon, identify yourself.
Maybe we did go alone because we know we are terrible.
This always happens to her. Look, Kira's just really jumpy, okay?
Nobody knows why she made detective, because
maybe that's why Tina was so comforting and put her hand on our shoulder, because we always look, we're dealing with anxiety, okay?
yeah. Look at that buddy.
It's very jumpy.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah.
The sound echoes again. I look up and find it's just the flurry of pigeons flying from the rafters.
Okay.
I shake my head and let out a sharp breath before standing and coming out from behind the cover.
I still feel like it must have been more than just pigeons, but oh well.
Thank God no one was around to see that. I flinch again at the shrill ring of my phone from my pocket.
Okay. Wow. 1-2 punch jump scares. This is like a movie script, man.
She is jumpy. But in that situation, understandably.
Yeah, now everything's fine. Who is it? Is it Bobby Briggs?
The ringing stings against my hearing, which had grown used to the heavy silence.
Yeah.
I snap my phone out of my pocket and press it to my ear without looking at who's calling. Detective Langford? I say, my voice coming out in barely more than a whisper. Well, it's probably more like, Detective Langford?
Yeah.
You all right, Detective? Verda asks from the other end. I clear my throat at the sound of his voice, shaking myself from the burst of adrenaline beginning to drain from my body. Yeah, just got a bit of a scare at the warehouse. Are you all right? Do you need me to send someone to you? We can say, I'm fine. It was just a noise. Number 2, there you go again with that concern for me. Number 3, I don't really fancy being humiliated on my first day as detective. Or number 4, I can handle myself just fine.
Just number 1. Like, you don't have to be a dick about it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I mean, I would take the option, yes, send someone, because that is the completely reasonable thing to do, to have a partner along, but that's not an option here. So we just say, I'm fine.
Yeah. I'm fine. It was just a noise. I'm fine. Don't worry, I reply a little calmer. It was just a noise. Maybe it was a ghost, Verda says in jest, obviously hoping to distract me. I hear those kinds of places are always haunted.
Is he really saying that?
Or maybe a werewolf. It is a full moon, after all.
Okay, now he's just taking the piss. Verda is a piss taker.
I give a chuckle, glancing out through the dirt-stained window.
She's in on the joke. Okay, I take it back.
Dirt-stained window to the bright moon beyond. The moonlight highlights the tops of the skeletal trees that stretch out towards town. As if anything that exciting would find its way to Wayhaven, I say in a heavy tone.
Am I right?
Yeah, like a
murder. You should have read the prologue, Kira.
Though, speaking of strange things, I found something odd about our victim. He lets his words trail off, and I shift on the spot, waiting for him to continue. And we can reply, don't leave me hanging, Verda.
Yeah.
Number 2, define odd. Number 3, out with it. Number 4, so odd it shocked you into silence? Or number 5, we can wait for him to continue.
Oh, I love waiting.
Me too.
Just wait.
Yeah.
That's always
great answer.
Yeah.
I shift on the spot, waiting for him to continue. It's a while, but eventually he speaks again. It's her blood.
It's gone.
Somebody stole it, yes. There's the sound of shuffling papers down the phone. It's not hers.
Oh.
That's a new one. What the hell?
It's been replaced.
I frown deeply, wondering if I heard him correctly. What? The blood in her body isn't hers. In fact, it's not even fully human.
Oh.
Animal blood? I offer as a guess. I'm not sure, he says, followed by a heavy sigh. It resembles human blood, but it's definitely not all hers. The best way I can think of to describe it so far is that a parasitic virus has mutated the blood cells in a major way. As I continue to talk, I decide to start making my way out of the warehouse. The echo of my voice around the empty room is a bit distracting. We were in the warehouse, apparently. Okay.
We looked for cover, remember? That's fine.
Yeah, I thought we were still outside, but
Sure.
I guess we got, whatever.
It's a bit ambiguous.
We can say, I don't understand. Number 2, is it contagious, like a disease? Number 3.
That's a good question.
Number 3, and I was hoping for a nice, normal murder.
Nah, that's lame. Don't say that.
And number 4, I need more than that. Unknowns aren't helpful.
That's okay. So can you read his line again? It's a parasitic virus. What was it?
The best way I can think of to describe it so far is that a parasitic virus has mutated the blood cells in a major way.
Okay. I just feel like that line sounds weird coming from him. Not just because parasitic virus is scientifically dubious, but more so because of this in a major way. Do you know what I mean? It sounds he's talking like a millennial, I feel like. And he didn't before.
Yeah.
You know? I heard this the other day about like how to describe the sort of millennial talk in like video games and movies and stuff. And the best example, like think of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies or whatever. This phrase that describes it perfectly is
I am Groot.
No, not that. That's actually fine. It's writing that
That's
is
what they always say, these millennials, always with their I am Groot.
No, they don't. That's not true. That's a good line. It's totally fine. What I mean is the phrase, well, that happened.
Oh, yeah.
Right? That's millennial writing. And this, maybe I'm wrong, but this in a major way, it just sounds sort of like that.
Yeah, and it doesn't add anything.
Yeah, well, but the one thing I could be sold on how to read that line is that he's sort of dumbing it down and like making it understandable, you know? How they have in movies sometimes, like experts on a subject, and then they come up, like in Star Trek, they do this a bunch, and they come up
English, please.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and then they give you like a really snappy metaphor, and I think maybe this is his version of that, and that would be fine. And I'm going with that.
Yeah.
I want to say 1 or 2. I think. How do you feel?
So either I don't understand, or is it contagious, like a disease?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Because he's already dumped it down. I like the contagious.
Honestly. Yeah, let's do it.
But then again,
it's practical.
Yeah, but that would make us a competent police officer, right?
But I do want to be competent, just not in combat.
Okay. No, I feel like the game isn't showing us as a competent police officer so far, but
a believable small town detective.
We as players are trying very hard to be competent.
The hardest.
Is it contagious?
Yes.
Like a disease? Is it contagious? I asked, a beat of worry in my tone. Like a disease? No, not that I can tell so far, he says. I won't know anything for certain until I get the results of the tests, but I'll make sure to send them off to the hospital first thing tomorrow. For all the modern appliances the station has, coincidentally donated by the mayor after his son decided to join the force, there isn't enough room for the big machines. Any testing has to be done at the local hospital. All right, I'll see you tomorrow then. Yeah,
interesting.
See you then, he says. I hit the end call button and shove the phone back into my pocket, grabbing the metal door to head outside, only for someone to come barreling into me from behind, sending me flying through the door.
It wasn't pigeons after all.
It wasn't.
Oh, this is really good. I love how we got some slow-paced information dump scene, and then it gets right back into the action. And it's also that bit of information makes this warehouse seem so much more spooky and mysterious.
I also like the fact that information has literally to run us down, otherwise we wouldn't get it. Right? We were here to inspect this warehouse.
Yeah.
We looked into it once, ran around the outside, and then got a shock and decided that was probably enough.
Well,
that was our police work, Marius.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I assume she wouldn't have just after the call gone home and called it a day.
That's what I meant by the game is portraying us in a way where we are not very competent.
Well, I disagree. I think so. We've been okay so far.
Yeah.
Except for the whole not deterring cause of death bit, but
Exactly. No, I mean, we as players, we're trying very hard.
I think I see what you mean.
I totally expected to go through the options, right? To go outside, around the outside ones, and then go into and through the floors and all that. But the game said apparently that is the way you inspect warehouses, by going around them.
Just like with the Dragon game, I do wonder, like, what would have happened if we had taken a different branch?
Mm-hmm.
Do you also just get the pigeon encounter? Do you get a similar thing? I don't know.
Do you find the shadowy figure, maybe?
Yeah, just something completely different happened, right? I don't know. We'll have to wait for our second playthrough to find out. So there's lots of action going on. We're getting
Don't make them believe that. Let's hit next and find out.
Yes.
I collide heavily with the concrete and let out a loud hiss as pain jolts through my chest and arms.
It's actually, whoever this is attacking us.
My flashlight skids across the concrete, the beam blinding me as it comes to a rest a few feet away, shining brightly into my eyes.
Okay.
Forcing myself onto my hands and knees, I glance up, my body stiffening to see a shadowed figure looming over me in the moonlight.
I wonder if you can die in this game. Do you have to start over? That would be terrible.
Yes. But then we can figure out, or take all the other choices.
Or pick hair.
Yes, I do. But why would we do that? Yeah. Everybody else has hair.
Yeah, I don't know, but it makes me more excited.
We can, number 1, reach for my gun.
Right.
Number 2, tell them to stay where they are. Number 3, try to get to the car. And number 4, ask who they are and what they want.
What would a police officer do? I guess this is like the point where you reach for the gun, right?
A police officer wouldn't be in this situation.
But because they would be a partner, sure. But still, I feel like at this point, it's the most reasonable thing to reach for the gun. Even if you're not good at combat, you can at least use it to threaten the other person.
Yeah. Also, I think it would, for me, it would depend on how close the other person is.
Sure, yeah.
Right? If they're looming over me.
Right on top of you.
Yeah, and
not the move.
We are on hands and knees.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Or do you want to run for the car? Just run away.
I just want to engage them in conversation.
Yeah, I do want. Yeah, okay. You want to say? Yeah, okay. I agree. Let's do that because we have to get more information, right?
So tell them to stay where they are, or ask who they are and what they want.
That's a weird response, though. Would you do that if you get like tackled? Who are you? What do you want? I don't know.
I mean, the first part, who are you? That seems like vaguely possible. But the second,
yeah, I guess I would just say, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Why is that not an option here?
I don't know.
This is so difficult. This game is so hard.
It's just roll a dice. I don't know, man.
Stay right there, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe that's good.
Tell them to stay
Let's
where
just
they
pick
are.
that one.
They're also right above us, so anyway, we'll take it. Stay where you are, I call, while trying to scrabble back onto my feet.
Okay.
Scrabble is okay.
Scramble, I think, would be the correct word. I hope she's not getting out her Scrabble board.
Yeah. I hope not. I mean, like, our choice was difficult, but her reaction to bring out her Scrabble board, man, she's not a good police officer. If
that happened, I would start to agree with you. Yes. Wayhaven does have a competence issue.
I wince as a strike of pain courses down my back, but I ignore it so I can stand straight in front of this person. I can barely make them out in the darkness, but it would seem they are a man, a gangly one. We stand opposite each other, neither making a sound. I'm unsure what to do next. My breath clouds into white plumes as it hits the cold air, and I ball my fists at my sides. Why are we unsure of what to do next?
Well, it's a tense situation, right? It's like, what are his intentions? I would be unsure too.
There are a lot of questions to ask, I think. But that's not who we are. We say, I think you should come with me.
What?
My words are cut short as, out of the darkness, another figure appears and slams into the side of the man I was just looking at.
Oh, what? Help for us.
What is happening?
Allies.
What?
This is like a full-on town beat 'em up going on, like a battle royale.
The two of them crash to one side, rolling behind my car. There's a loud grunt, then the distinct sound of concrete cracking under force.
What?
That
Concrete cracking under force. That is distinct indeed.
is
Lots of
one of them
power.
is probably a werewolf and the other
Yeah,
is a
I
vampire.
know.
And
But then they're already fighting for us to be their girlfriend. Amazing.
Yeah.
How fast paced this book is, this game, whatever
Man,
it is.
get to know us first.
Yeah. But that has to happen, right? If it's that kind of story, like vampires and werewolves fighting over a woman.
I make to step forward, but my path is suddenly blocked by the appearance of 3 more people,
Oh, God.
hidden by the night's darks. Man, we looked around this place. We're terrible at our job.
Or these people are supernaturally good at hiding.
Yeah, also possible.
I hope, man, I really hope these are just the rich teenagers.
Yeah, and we missed all 5 of them. God
Didn't you
damn it.
read our graffiti? What did you think?
Yeah, we told you this place
Really
stinks.
well formulated, right?
Yeah.
So good at grammar.
We made it so clear.
Yeah.
God, heavily outnumbered and completely confused, I have no choice now but to reach for my weapon. I yank it from the holster and point it at the group of shadowed figures
Yeah, makes sense.
before me.
Yeah.
The sound of fighting still echoing from behind my car.
Like this. Right?
And also breaking concrete, apparently.
Yeah.
None of the figures seem to pay me much attention.
What? Why? Okay, sorry. I keep interrupting.
That's fine.
I'm so outraged.
Yeah, you say what I think. A fact I am thankful for. Instead, they are all focused on the fight continuing out of sight behind my car.
Okay.
As I suck in a sharp breath, the sudden cold hits my lungs and shocks me from my momentary paralysis of confusion and anxiety. I take a wide step forward and call, "Everyone stop. I'm with the police." It's number 1.
Mm-hmm.
"What the hell is going on here?" Number 2. "Don't leave me out of the action." Number 3. What? Okay. And number 4. "You're all going to have to come with me."
I feel like number 1 is the strongest option here.
Yeah, I like it. Also, I don't know why she wants them so desperately to come with her.
Well, to arrest them and to answer some questions at the station.
See, that would be reasonable. You're arrested, come with me. Something like that. But just, hey, want to come with me? Like, what the
I don't think she doesn't say it in a suggestive way, Vincent.
See, that's
You're
the
making
problem.
her say that.
That's the problem.
Clicking her tongue. Hey, come with me. You look like a vampire.
And I didn't see you there.
Nice bangs, fella.
Oh, God.
I'm with the police.
Yeah. Got my handcuffs and everything.
Shut up. We're professional, okay? We're the only hope that Wayhaven has against the hordes of the supernatural threat. The parasitic virus that has taken over this town, Vincent.
We are
In a major way.
we are so out of our element. Oh, God. Oh.
Well, inform these gentlemen that we are with the police.
Everyone, stop. I'm with the police.
Why did you? Okay. You are doing really well. I was going to compliment you on your reading voices and stuff, but you're acting out of character, Vincent.
No. This is who I am.
It's okay. Express yourself, please.
I take a wide step forward and call, "Everyone stop. I'm with the police." The heads of the 3 figures snap around to face me, and I flinch at the eerie quick motion.
Oh, okay. That implies some kind of supernaturality.
"Who the hell is she?" one of them asks.
See, that's a good voice.
"A police officer, obviously," another replies, no small amount of sarcasm in their tone. The car beside us suddenly rocks slightly, the 2 people behind it finally surfacing. The taller of the 2 slams the other onto the bonnet of my car, and I frown as the metal buckle buckles beneath that heavy impact. All right, that's enough, I yell, surprised at the commanding tone to my voice.
Nice. She's finding her strength.
Yeah, finally. Surprised at the commanding tone of my voice, considering the situation. The figure holding the man down, glances up at my words. But as soon as they do, their captive cracks his fists against their jaw. The captor stumbles back from the impact. I have to blink rapidly as the man flashes past me in a blur so fast I can't. It can't be real. Don't let him go, the figure calls, rubbing their jaw from the hit. The group tenses, obviously about to run after the speeding figure. But I move forwards and come to stand before them, my gun still raised. Stay where you are.
Mm-hmm. Vincent, I'm beginning to think that we weren't being targeted here. I think we were just collateral damage. And these guys were having an extremely quiet and inconspicuous fight before we arrived at the scene, and one of them just bumped into us.
Yeah, I think so.
Because they're totally ignoring us otherwise. They're concerned with this fight and this guy, but not with us.
Yeah. Now,
so that's my read on it.
We simply must figure out why these four are hunting the fifth.
Yeah.
Amazingly, they do. All four of them. And it gives me a slight boost in confidence. 4, I suddenly realize just how outnumbered I am.
Yeah.
And my breathing speeds up a little. I can barely see them through the dark. Not even able to make out their genders or specific features.
Okay, I thought it's just all guys, but maybe not.
My eyes flicker to my car where my radio is. The group of them now stand as a barrier between me and the vehicle. Backup is out of the question. Still, I have my gun. I tighten my fingers around the hilt of the weapon, finger hovering over the trigger. Oh, another choice. We can say, I never shot a gun at a live target. I don't really want to start now. I never shot a gun at a live target, but I might not have much choice. I never shot a gun at a live target, but I have no issue doing it now. You can also say, I fired a gun before when necessary, and now seems like it might be necessary too. I fired a gun before, but I don't really want to have to do it again. And finally, I fired a gun before and have no issue doing it again.
Okay. The first 3 options are all saying we didn't fire at a live target. The other 3 are not saying that at all. These are not mutually exclusive. It would be really weird for there to be a 6 options or 6, 7, 9 or whatever, or 6, 7, 8, whatever, 3 more that would say we've never fired a gun before, because that's kind of part of the police training, right?
True.
So obviously she has fired a gun before. And I feel like I do want to say one of those options. And Vincent, I don't know how you feel. I tend to saying I fired a gun before, but I don't want to do it right now. Or right, there was an option like that.
Yeah, that's either I fired a gun before when necessary, and now seems like it might be necessary too.
Yeah.
Or I fired a gun before, but I don't really want to have to do it again.
Yeah, that one, right?
Okay.
I feel like.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't have the. So if we just look at the first part, it's I never shot a gun at a live target.
Yeah.
I fired a gun before when necessary, and I fired a gun before. So
right, but I like the necessary part. That implies that you fired at a live target a little bit, not exactly, but let's just say that one.
Yeah, but the one you selected is I fired a gun before, but I don't really want to have to do it again.
Is there one I fired a gun when necessary,
No,
but I don't want to do it again? This is very cool. They should have made a matrix for this.
Yeah, there's only one option with I fired a gun before when necessary, and now seems like it might be necessary.
No, that's like super aggressive. No.
Yeah.
We're taking the one where we fired before. It wasn't necessary. I guess we just did it for fun. And we don't want to necessarily do it again. No more perfunctory gun firing.
Look,
Detective Langford.
Rich teenagers doing graffiti. Bam!
Pew pew, finger guns. Yeah. Maybe she just fired finger guns. Did you think about that?
It's possible. She doesn't say that which gun she used. So I fired a gun before, but I don't really want to have to do it again.
That one.
There are times when it's necessary to pull the trigger, but I really don't want to have to do it again. My grip falters slightly, but I try to keep my stance straight and unmoving.
Mm-hmm.
One of the shadowed figures shuffles a step closer. Look, whoever you are, don't come any closer, I warn. Or what? Another asks from the darkness, the question coming out in a half-taunt. I swing my gun around to face the speaker, though I can barely make them out in the gloom. I lick my dry lips, though my throat is so dry it doesn't help any. I will shoot. My voice wavers slightly, but I try to hold my ground. The gun suddenly feels like an iron weight in my hands.
Yeah.
My fingers arching to keep it raised, aching to keep it raised. There is a heavy silence, broken only by my heavy breathing and the slight breeze that rattles through the surrounding trees. She's bluffing, one of them suddenly says. I say knock her out and let's go. There's a quick shift of movement from the corner of my eye as one of them steps closer.
Oh, shit.
I turn to them with a sharp breath and, we can say, number one, and shoot. Or number two, demand they stay where they are. Number three, ask what it is they want. Or we can pepper spray them.
All right. Vincent, I think that's a perfect thing to do next time.
Mm-hmm.
To shoot or pepper spray or otherwise solve this very tense situation. Thanks for reading to me so wonderfully, Vincent.
My pleasure.
It was actually like, I think you found perfect voices for everyone involved.
Yes.
Yes.
Still don't think there's a difference between my Werder voice and the protagonist's voice, but sure, we'll work on that.
Which may just be perfect. Maybe they sound the same in real life. Did you ever think about that? Who knows?
Not really. Not until now.
Thank you, dear viewer, for watching. Tune back in next time. I think we're going to play this a little bit more. I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, we must find out if
exactly.
either vampires or werewolves are pepper sprayable.
Yes, exactly. Do they react to pepper spray? Like, maybe, yeah. I don't know. I do want to know what's going on here. I feel like we're having fun with this so far.
Can we finally answer some questions?
Yeah. All we find is more questions, right? It's incredible.
And we turn away from every answer we could have gotten.
Yeah, though, I mean, we did learn some stuff.
Yeah, right? I guess.
And like we're getting to know the town more. Anyway, it's been good. Tune in next time. Leave some comments, but please don't spoil us. I guess that would suck. You can like and subscribe. You can follow us on Twitter at @makes_play. Thanks for playing, Vincent. We'll see you next time. Bye.